All right, everyone. Welcome to the chat. This episode 6. It's Valentine's Day.
It is?
It is Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Single Appreciation Day.
Okay.
Singles Appreciation Day.
Single Appreciation Day.
That was called Singles Awareness Day.
Whatever. That. Whoops.
It's different. I don't think you're very appreciated on this day. But
Yeah.
hey, that's not what it's all about, all right? It's about the ones you love, so your family members count too. So you got your family members, friends, and of course your significant other.
My cat?
What if I don't love my family?
Well, then that's sad. I'm sorry. All right.
Don't worry, Julian. We know.
Live on air, Julian does not love his family.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I should bring back that Julian subreddit and put the recording there.
What was the recording? I forgot all about that.
The recording of you saying you don't love your family.
Just now.
Oh,
yeah.
10
seconds
literally
ago.
15 seconds.
I thought you were talking about
Keep
something
up.
else in the past. Okay.
Keep up.
All right. I think that's a perfect segue into our first topic. Topic related to Julian's heartbreak. Kingdom Hearts 3, the game that will never come out.
What do you mean heartbreak? Okay.
They'll continue releasing trailers.
Hey, at least they're trying, unlike a certain other third game.
Didn't they say 2018?
Yeah, it's coming 2018.
That's what they said.
I have faith. Look, I think Disney or Square Enix are like pushing Nomura to release this in 2018.
Uh-huh. I'll believe it when I see it. But all right, Julian, what about this trailer is getting you excited?
Well, the fact that we finally got the Utada Hikaru song, "Don't Think Twice."
Okay.
At the end, I personally prefer Sanctuary and Simple and Clean. From what I've heard of "Don't Think Twice," it's kind of a slower song and the tempo's kind of off. But it's still exciting that we got that.
It's off?
Yeah, I don't know. There's like it feels like when she's singing and like the tempo, it doesn't match when you hear it. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, you're probably more musically inclined than me.
Yeah, the trailer's messed with the songs and stuff, so maybe that has something to do with it.
I didn't watch.
We got a confirmation of the Monsters Inc. world.
Ooh.
Oh wait, that's
yeah,
right. I did
heard
watch
that-
the trailer.
I heard that the protagonist was like not wearing clothes in that one, and it was a big deal because he was just like because he still looked a lot like a human or something. Or he wasn't wearing
Sora?
pants. That was it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sora wasn't wearing pants, but he looks like a monster. So like that was.
I
fun.
didn't realize
really
that was
care
still
about
supposed
that.
to be Sora. I don't know why.
You're bothered by the fact that he's named Sora?
No, I didn't realize that the half-naked monster dude was still supposed to be Sora.
Oh,
I-
yeah. So
I somehow just completely.
In
I was
Kingdom
like, oh,
Hearts
new
2?
character, cool.
in Kingdom Hearts 2, if you go to certain worlds, then your costume changes,
That's cool.
and they're like incorporating that in Kingdom Hearts 3.
It's in the first one, too.
Oh, it is in the first one. Okay, whatever.
Isn't that just
Kingdom
in
Hearts
every
1 is-
game?
Yeah, it isn't
Yeah.
every. It's not in
Every game with Sora in it.
It's
Does
not
it happen in Dream
Drop
Drop? Oh,
Wait, are there games without Sora?
Yeah,
Days.
Days and Birth by
I-
Sleep.
God, I should really play Kingdom Hearts at some point, but it just sounds like a mess.
Just don't pay attention to the story, and it's fine.
That's different than what I've heard in the past. Okay.
I've heard that the story is good, but you shouldn't try to make any sense of the whole thing.
That
I mean,
doesn't-
go ahead.
Ah, so
that
like
doesn't
Dragon
make
Ball.
sense.
No, it's like the individual game stories hold up better than like trying to make
Okay.
the whole series stories.
Alright, I understand that.
I guess.
I mean, Legend of Zelda is kind of like that too.
I mean, some of the stories don't make sense if you haven't played any of the other games.
Well,
Like the beginning of KH2 doesn't make sense if you haven't played Chain of Memory.
such is life.
So yeah.
Thunder. Thunder doesn't look like garbage. Although I don't know how it is in any game that isn't Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 1. So, but in 2 it sucked.
I haven't played 2 until what was it in 2? It was like
It's just one lightning bolt.
Yeah, okay. It's KH1 Thunder.
Instead of the first one where it's like broken, and you can go through the Coliseum and just thunder everything.
Yeah. Also, it looks like Wisdom form is back. That's what I kind of noticed, but not really. Like
But that's
they're calling. Yeah, go ahead.
the worst form.
It is the worst form. But that means if Wisdom form is back, then that means like Valor form, Master form, Anti form, and all the other forms should be back.
Julian, please. This is a modern AAA game. They take away features. They don't bring them back. And heaven forbid they add new ones.
Like
There's
it's
a
not
bunch
even,
of. Go ahead.
you go ahead.
There's a bunch of new features. The Keyblade transforms into different like.
They're ruining
lives.
the series.
I'm ruining the series.
They didn't have that in the original games. The original games are perfect. So changing
God.
anything in the new games is ruining the series.
No, it's not. You would say that about KH2 then, because there were no forms in KH1.
No, that's
That
different.
game is
KH2
perfect,
came out a
and
while ago.
You're just a non-believer.
Okay.
You're probably just a KH1 fanboy.
I'm not. I'm actually a KH2. I'm a bigger fan of KH2 than KH1.
Wow. But one was the good one.
It was like the slower combat-oriented one.
Uh,
It's the one with the best story, I would say.
but you just said the story sucks.
It sucks if you don't play all of the games.
Julian, this happened 15 seconds ago. Keep up. How many times we gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
And
I love
I don't know
the
if anyone.
young people.
What? I don't know if anyone cares, but Marluxia and Lurium, his somebody, and Vanitas are back, which makes sense.
Somebody's they're in the story.
Yeah, it makes sense if you play Dream Drop Distance.
They should have a One Piece world in that game, and the game would never end.
I mean, Nomura doesn't plan for Kingdom Hearts to end. After this game, this is the end of the Xehanort trilogy, and after this, he has plans to continue the series after this.
So, in 20 years, when the Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out,
Yeah, I imagine the time getting exponential.
In 20 years, when Kingdom Hearts 4 gets announced, we'll have some more information.
I'd say it took 11, 12 years for KH3 to come out. I'd give it
It's not out yet.
5 or 6.
The real question is, will they ever release a new Elder Scrolls?
No.
There's no need to. You can just port Skyrim on everything. It's fine.
You're hurting me, man.
Bethesda seems to have figured that out. That they don't actually need to make games anymore.
But they just made Fallout 4 2 years ago, and then they just put out Wolfenstein and Doom, and they didn't make those, but they published them. So why they haven't even started on the 6 Elder Scrolls, is what they said. It's what are you doing?
They're too busy printing money already.
It's you didn't really. It's not like the new Skyrims are particularly different. What is the dev team been working on?
Taking vacation time and raking in money.
Why work on new games? You can just port the same game.
Yeah, they had to port that thing to the Switch. That might have actually taken some time.
Oh, yeah.
The Switch is like a nerfed-ass console.
It's nerfed for a reason.
It's nerf for nothing.
Still nerf.
Probably. As they reckon in their book. Let's see. Is
Anywho.
it Monday yet? I better nerf Greninja.
Anywho, Venom trailer. I actually didn't even watch. I don't know why I'm.
I watched it.
trying to
It looks
introduce
meh.
that topic.
The Venom trailer. Okay, so Venom isn't in the Venom trailer.
Well, isn't the guy who's gonna become Venom in it?
Yeah, but like we don't see what Venom looks like in the Venom trailer.
Okay.
That's fine.
So like,
That's how it should be.
I don't. What do you mean?
Trailers
What
are
was the
bad.
point of the
Trailers
trailer?
are bad anyway.
To tell you there was a movie coming out.
Yeah,
We already
trailers.
knew that.
Trailers shouldn't exist. Moving on. They're
Well,
just.
they should get.
They're just
well, yeah,
spoilers
teasers
with
should
like
exist.
music in it. Teaser trailers
Pretty
aren't.
They really should just like release a couple of teasers that show like a couple of stuff and then maybe a promo picture and then leave it at that.
Yeah, that's all you need for a movie like this. Like for a big release. Like I wonder if there's actually any data on that to suggest whether or not these trailers actually help with sales. Like,
I mean,
or if you can get
they
away with just a bunch of
reached trending
teasers.
on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, but you can
So,
do that with teasers too.
Maybe.
I mean, look at the Star Wars
Yeah.
teasers. Those things
Yeah.
like explode, and that wasn't even needed. People were gonna see that stuff anyway, so like.
They always get the wrong impression with the trailers too. Like they.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Like The Last Jedi looked good in the trailer. Anyway.
You can't see all the narrative flaws in the trailer. But yeah, I wasn't really feeling the Venom trailer. I don't know. We only saw like a glimpse of the symbiote. And we just saw like Tom Hardy running in the woods, and he was like screaming in a CT scan. And that was about it. There was a voiceover about someone talking about like just like darkness and like the mistakes you've made in your life.
I am the Edge. That'd be a good superhero. The Edge.
The Edge.
He just goes around making your grandma cringe.
I think they did that with the Amazing Spider-Man 2 or whatever.
Oh yeah, and Spider-Man 3, which was also about Venom.
We don't talk about those movies.
But Spider-Man 3, that was intentional. Like that was the point. It was supposed to make you cringe because it was, like that's not Peter. That's Peter being affected by this thing. So of course he's gonna do something stupid. Of course he's gonna be an edgelord because he's Goku Black now.
It's just the dancing.
It's not
That's
just
the cringe part.
It's not
Everything
just
else is fine.
It's a little more than that.
Okay, fine. When he says like "dig on this" in the bar when he's dancing with Gwen Stacy, like, that might be a little much too. I don't know.
Well, hopefully Black Panther's good. Moving on.
Toad's head.
Toad head confirmed to be a mushroom.
Be a mushroom. That is okay. This is one of the greatest
What?
mysteries of Nintendo. Is the mushroom on Toad's head a hat or part of his head?
I thought it was part of his head.
It is officially confirmed as being part of his head. Up until now, Nintendo had never confirmed nor denied this fact.
Huh.
But now Nintendo's officially confirmed it. Which
that explains that picture I saw the other day where the Toad took his mushroom off, and like it was in the old animated show, and people were confused about it. Okay, that explains that.
And the funny thing about it is like Nintendo has been remarkably consistent about this for a long time. Like in all Nintendo games, 3D Nintendo games featuring Toad, none of them does Toad have a head modeled underneath the mushroom. Like not even like an orb or like a half sphere or anything. Like they always
Really?
modeled it so it was a head connected to a mushroom, but like no scalp. Which like Nintendo's remarkably inconsistent with that, and with other characters. Like sometimes sometimes Mario has a scalp, sometimes he doesn't. If he never has to take his hat off and stuff like that. But Toad, 100% of the time, never has a scalp.
Yeah.
So there
There
was
was debate over that, too,
evidence to
because-
suggest that Nintendo had internally thought about this for like a while.
Such a non-issue though.
No, that should have made Nintendo stocks go up like 5 points. Anyway, moving on.
Why?
Wait, there was evidence for Toad's
No, there
mushroom
wasn't.
head being a hat.
No, there wasn't.
No, there wasn't.
there's
Such
the,
Yeah.
the Super Mario Bros. Cartoon.
No. That's
That's not
not
evidence.
That's not canon.
It kind of matters.
It's not canon. It's like
Okay,
saying that's like
literally,
the
the
CDI games having to do with Legend of Zelda lore.
It's part of the canon.
Excuse me.
So, yeah. Anyway, Nintendo, they came through. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
So
about it.
yeah,
His head
Prime
is a
4.
hat.
Speaking of
His head is-
Nintendo,
is his head. Go ahead.
being developed by Bandai Namco, while Retro Studios does something.
Yeah,
wait,
so-
wait, what?
So, I mean, Bandai Namco is making Metroid Prime 4.
Prime 4.
Yeah. And Retro Studios, the game who made all the other Metroid Prime games, is currently making...
We don't know.
We don't know.
They've been supposedly working on something for the past like 4 years
Yeah,
because their last game was Tropical Freeze,
right.
and that was released 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, we've heard nothing about what they've been working on.
Are
Yeah.
they doing the Pokemon? What?
Retro? Like, I don't know. The bigger question is like, what could they be working on?
Diabetes?
Diabetes.
I don't think so.
Think about it. Everyone wants a cure. Video gamers, especially. They don't get exercise.
Uh-huh.
I think
It's the speed run for a cure.
a speed run for a cure. I think there's a potential that they're reviving like an old Nintendo franchise, and that's why they've been like secretive or kind of like keeping
Are
it
they
under wraps.
finally
about
gonna give
what
us
they're working
Linky Kong?
Linky
Linky
Kong.
Kong! I need you!
on. Maybe they're releasing a new Donkey Kong game with Lanky Kong. I'm sure that won't make people mad.
But actually, what could they possibly be doing
I don't know.
if not Metroid?
Because okay, they've made Mario Kart 7,
In Mario Kart 7.
the Metroid games, and the Donkey Kong
Maybe
Country Returns franchise.
maybe they're making Smash 5
No way.
and
I wouldn't be against that.
started the same year that Smash 4 came out.
Can you imagine the Mario Odyssey Mario and Smash? What they would do? They just turn him into Kirby or something?
His final I think that would be his final Smash is you you take over someone and then you can just make them commit suicide. And that's the final Smash.
On a roll Sudoku.
So yeah,
I
you're
can
right.
kinda see
Like
that,
Kirby.
actually.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll finally replace Flood in for Smash 5 or Smash 6 or whatever.
No,
if-
they should
if
just
the new
make
Smash
Flood
game isn't a port.
cool.
I would hope not.
Yeah.
Just make Flood like
Flood's like
good.
Yeah, but Sakurai is all about like keeping up with modern character designs and stuff. You know,
Eh.
he doesn't care about gameplay or competitive gameplay, rather.
Whoa. He gave us 4 Glory. Look
Like
how
I
much
said, he
he
doesn't
cared.
care about
and
competitive games.
Omega stages.
Yeah. It was a half-assed attempt, but an attempt.
At least he tried, unlike before when he actively sabotaged the competitive community.
Right, yeah, with Brawl, which is still the best Smash game. Not the best competitive Smash game.
Number 4 in the official releases, and number 5 including unofficial releases.
Unofficial releases.
You know, PM.
Oh.
Whoa, you can't say that on Twitch.
Say what?
Project M. Banned on Twitch under the Gimmer convention.
Oh,
Let's make a Smash tier list here. All right, so Melee, Yoshi's
They
pretty
always
good,
the
right?
best.
So he's up there. 64, Yoshi's amazing in that game, so he's up there.
Are you
Alright,
doing a
Smash
character
4?
tier list for all of the games on one list?
Smash 4, Yoshi, not that bad, almost top tier, upper mid tier, goes number 3.
Moving on.
Brawl, Yoshi, terrible character, bottom 3. So Melee, Brawl's at the
Actually,
bottom.
I have other
It's
things to say about
Pikachu.
KH3.
More to say about KH3. That's going way back.
Anywho, Dynasty Warriors 9. I imagine it would be like all the other ones, forgettable.
Well, no. Hold.
Okay, this is LaRome's topic.
Not no. As far I haven't looked into this that much, but the only consistent thing I can see is that it's horribly optimized, even for consoles. And the open world part, because it's open world now, so there's a lot less loading. But it's really big and not much of it is full. So if you want to get from place to place, you'll be like on a horse and you'll be
Like all
spending minutes.
Dynasty Warrior games.
No, the old ones are pretty packed. This
Packed
one
with
you'll
guys
literally
to
like
kill.
fight something and then be on a horse for like 5 minutes, and
Wow.
then get somewhere else.
That's bad.
Those are the main complaints I see that are consistent. And then
They
there's
just
some
need
people.
to make like Dynasty Warriors Gundam Empires mode, and I will be happy.
Some people don't like how there's less movesets. Some people think the AI is worse than usual.
The
I
AI
can't
literally stands there and lets you beat it up. How can you get worse than that?
Yeah, I thought that was the whole point, is to like the AI to suck, so that way you can feel good.
Well, all the stuff in trailers, they're usually playing on the easiest difficulty, which is a joke. It's not usually that bad. But apparently some of the officers are like actually stupid and will just let you hit them even if they're stronger than you. So game's not looking too good.
They can fix all that.
now, right?
Wait, it's
They
out?
fix it all in a day.
Oh,
I
it's
think I
out?
saw it.
Game came out yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh. I had no idea.
yep, didn't even know that.
Still waiting on that Dynasty Warriors Gundam 5.
It's getting dumpstered on Steam because the PC port is bad. And apparently there's no like Chinese language or something, and a lot of Chinese players are mad.
How many games are even translated to Chinese?
Wait, is
More
Dynasty
than you
Warriors
think.
is Dynasty Warriors the Chinese one or the Japanese
I
one?
think it's the
It's
Chinese.
Chinese.
It's
It's
Romance of the
Chinese.
Three Kingdoms. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's from
Oh,
they're kind
so
of
it's
bad.
literally about China. That's pretty funny.
Also, the English dub is hot ass.
Well, much, par for the course.
No. First of all, no. Second of all, this one's like actually bad. The last one, like 8, was mostly fine. There's always going to be some bad characters, but like most of them were fine. This one, I looked at the cast. I've never heard of anyone on the list. Some of them are trying. It could be the director that's just like doesn't care, low budget, one take, let's go. I don't. But it's not good.
All right.
But it's dual audio. You can listen to Japanese.
Oh, man.
Did the other Dynasty Warriors games have like Chinese like dialogue or?
I should look into that. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, we can also, on the side here, talk about Bayo 1 and 2 on Switch.
Okay.
Woo!
On Wii U. Good
Yeah.
deal.
See, on the Switch,
Done.
Though, you don't actually get a physical copy of Bayo 1. You get a download code.
You have to download Bayonetta 1 to get it on the Switch.
But it has like how big does the Switch have? Like 32 gigs?
Yeah, this is
I
a
think it's the same
9
as
gig
Wii U,
game.
yeah, 32. I think. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, and this game will take up over a third of it, so or over a fourth of it. It's 8.5 gigs, so yeah. About 30%. Hot 30% of the storage.
So the Wii U port's better.
Yeah. Wii U port is better than the Switch port. Why they didn't just spend a little bit more time and put 2 on 1 cartridge? Because apparently they could have easily done that. I don't know.
It's like, yeah, you were just talking about that earlier. That would just require like 1 menu to switch between the games.
Right, that's it.
What else would you have to do?
Nothing.
Can't be that hard to
the
do.
cartridges are more than big enough to hold both games.
Wow.
I don't know.
So
Wow.
Nintendo did that for the Super Mario Odyssey, like the Switch version, or the Switch version of Super Mario Odyssey. Like you have to download the game to get it.
what
Like
do you
there's no
mean?
cartridge with it.
Oh yeah, I had that problem.
Yeah.
Or I bought the Mario Odyssey version. I had to get a download code.
Really?
Great.
Was there a reason for that,
I
or is it just like
Nintendo.
gotcha? Oh,
There's
that's
no
annoying.
reason for anything they do.
Nintendo just invested a whole bunch of money into the micro SD card market. That's what really happened.
Yeah, this is unfortunate because Bayonetta 1 and 2 are really good games.
You know, I've been meaning to play Vanquish from the same developer. They got a PC release. That looks good.
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
If you haven't played those games and you want to, I mean, that's a good way to play them. Well, Bayonetta 2, Bayonetta 1, not really, because that requires a fourth of your memory
But if
space.
you have a Wii U already, just get the Wii U version.
Yeah, but who has a Wii U?
But I had to sell my Wii U to buy the Switch, as is the law.
It's not the law. I never sell consoles.
Nintendo wants you to sell your Wii U. They're porting all
If
these.
they're gonna
Wii Us.
port the second one to Switch, they should port it to a PC.
They don't want me to
it's
sell
not
my
that
Wii U. They want me to melt it down and pretend I never had it.
You should be doing that anyway.
Melt my Wii U.
I like my Wii U
I
though.
happen
That's
to
the
like
thing.
that
That's so
console.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it's an awesome
it's
console.
fine. Yeah.
I mean, it has the best menu
It's
of any of
fine.
the next gen.
Yeah.
Really just
like
say
By far.
It's better than the Switch in
get
most
this.
aspects.
In the PS4, in the next update, they're gonna give you back the ability to delete notifications. You can finally not have 40 party invites in between all your inbox messages. It's
you
gonna be
couldn't
great.
do that before.
Well, you could until they took it away for no reason.
That is a very Sony thing to do.
It sounds like a Nintendo thing to do. Take away features.
No, Sony is like really bad about that.
Okay.
The menu on the PS4 is actually hot garbage, and they've had since the PS3 to try to get it right. Yeah.
Hey, better than Microsoft and their front page is just an ad, and then you get your game in the bottom right corner.
Dude, the PS4 menu's full of ads too.
Yeah.
And like, if you like go to like the, like, oh, I want to like open YouTube or something, they bury it under this TV and video menu, and then it's like in a random spot every time. Like the menu just rearranges at will. It's not even
in the same place.
No, it's not even like a recency thing. It's always at the bottom of the menu, but in a random location in like the bottom 8 items. It's so weird.
I had to rebuild my my PS4 database or whatever, so when I did, just pretty much resetting it to factory settings, but you keep all your settings and downloads. And when I got done, it had reassorted my front page so that my games are all the way on the right and all of their ad and bloatware was in between it. And of course, there's no way to sort that other than by reason, because that's the only option they give you, because why else would you?
Right. Yeah, you
You
can't.
can't hide a bunch of that crap. I put a lot of it, at least what I could, into folders.
Yeah,
So,
you
like,
can only put
I just
games
have
into
I just have a
folders though.
chunk.
You can't even put apps into folders. So like,
You can't with some. I was able to make a junk folder, but I still have like 4 or 5 hanging out there.
You can do that on the Wii U.
Yeah.
but you can't like
That's why I
apps
said
that are
that's why I
already
said
put
the
in.
Wii U has the best menu, and there's a reason why.
Yeah, like apps that are already in folders, like on the PS4 system folders, like the TV and video one, you can't move them at all. You can't even arrange them within the folder. It just rearranges them for you at will, and fills it with ads. I have to scroll past like 4 or 5 rows of ads, like apps I literally don't have installed and have no interest in installing.
And then the freaking Christmas morning, you log on, as an ad for Destiny 2. Why? Like, it looks like a game that you own. Like, if you put the Destiny 2 disc in, the same ad would pop up. It's like, think of all the kids who thought that they had Destiny 2 when they opened it up. And find
That
out
is
they don't
totally
actually.
the goal.
Yeah. And then just last week, I turned on my PS4. It's like, the Super Bowl's tonight. You want to watch it here? No!
They want to make Sony wants to make the PS4 like an entertainment box. You know, I mean Microsoft does too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, the way I think it's described typically is the PS4 is a machine that plays games and also wants you to do this other crap. And
Yeah,
the Xbox wants you to do all this other crap and also it can play games.
yeah.
And the Wii U is just like, here's a good game, enjoy it.
And it can kind of
And
do
there's a
some of
game
those
drought
other
for 2
things.
years.
And then the Switch can literally only play games and do actually nothing else.
I watched Crunchyroll on my Wii U.
No,
Wow.
but I mean the Switch. The Switch you
On the
can't.
Switch? Oh yeah, yeah.
No Netflix. There's no YouTube. There's no web browser. There's no
It doesn't
Hulu.
need to be.
But it's like a modern console. You would expect those features on the Switch.
Yeah.
Expect modern Nintendo.
Well, you got me there.
But the Wii U had it, and they've been promising it since day one.
They've been promising it since day one.
They're probably waiting for their shitty internet service to take off.
Oh yeah. Wait, yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
They pushed it back to the summer, I think.
That was supposed to launch
free?
6 or 7 months ago.
Yeah, it's coming out this summer, I believe, is the thing. They keep pushing it back.
You have to pay for that too, right?
Yeah, you will have to. It's like $2 a month. And
okay.
The most common opinion on the internet is, so this thing that did not work at all on the Wii U and currently does not work on the Switch, they want us to pay for?
Sounds about right.
Would you pay for 4 Glory, Mitch?
No.
You don't think that was a like pay-worthy service?
If they paid me to play it, maybe.
Maybe Smash 5 will have like alpha stages where they're like battlefield stages.
Smash
you can like counter pick and stuff. Yeah. Smash 5 for the Switch.
Smash Switch?
Smash Switch.
Yeah, Super
I mean,
Smash
if they would
Brothers
just
for
add
the
like
Switch.
more neutral stages, that'd be fine. Like, they can have their like, their crazy stuff going on, then you go into Omega and it's just like a couple platforms and
Smash 5 is never coming out. You guys are delusional. They are going.
Well, I mean,
they're going to make Smash 4 Deluxe for the Switch, or sorry, Super Smash Bros.
Smash 5.
But
yeah.
why haven't they done it yet?
Because they're going to make a deluxe thing. They're going to add some characters. They're going to make it a big to-do. They're never going to make a new Smash game. They're just going to keep extending this one.
But the Switch has almost been out for a year. Like, why? Why wouldn't they already have Smash on it?
Because I think I know why.
That would have been their biggest selling point.
They didn't want to cannibalize their own like market because Odyssey and Breath of the Wild came out in the same year.
Right. There's enough games coming out.
Is a big game.
There's enough games coming out. You don't release all your games all at once.
But
ever.
They haven't even announced it. There are plenty of games they've announced and haven't released.
Yeah, but if they're working on all those games, they only have so much surface area.
They announced a Pokemon game that had no assets.
They announced
Metroid 4 that was literally a title card. Why not a Pokemon game? Or why not a Smash game?
I don't know.
I mean, did they ever announce their ports ahead of time though? Because this is just a port / a deluxe. Like, you don't give like a teaser for like a port. I don't know.
But I think Nintendo knows this will be big.
The foundation of Switch was Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But that was like full on like announcement, trailer, release, like all at once, basically.
Well, regardless, I probably won't buy it since Smash sucks.
Just imagine like Nintendo's next direct or whatever, and they start it with a new character announcement for Smash for the Switch or something.
Yeah.
People would lose their minds.
I can see the board meeting now.
When's Ices?
Like they, you get Reggie. He's in the Nintendo Treehouse Direct, and he's just like, imagine a game where Yoshi was top tier, and then a projector comes down, and the Yoshi Clan theme starts going, and then it's just smash on the Switch. Yoshi-geddon.
You needed a new hobby.
I don't see that happening, but you never know.
I mean, Yarn Yoshi could come to Smash.
Yeah.
That could
Yeah, so
conceivably happen.
the entire, you know, like that Kirby fighting game where it's just a bunch of different Kirbys. It's like that for Yoshi with different colors, a bunch of different art styles. But you know, the Yarn Yoshi, the Clay Yoshi, you know, all the good stuff.
2D Yoshi, 3D Yoshi, the Yoshi that Mario uses to commit suicide but get an extra jump, or you know what I mean.
You can do that in
the Yoshi cart from Mario Kart. You know, it's just a car that you ride in.
That's a good one. That's a good
Yoshi
one.
Kart.
Plays like Bowser Jr.
The Yoshi that can spit juice from Sunshine.
The juicer. The
Is that what they
abortion
call
clown
him
from Smash 4?
in the in crowd?
Probably.
You gotta add the new island Yoshi too and make him terrible.
Right, yeah, he brings with him horrible music played on the recorder with offbeat singing and all out of tune.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Oh, they could like make a whole game out of that, like the Donkey Kong Bongo game, but for like crappy recorder music and bad singing. It's perfect for little kids.
I wouldn't put it past Nintendo.
I mean,
You never
Nintendo did release Cardboard as its first release in 2018, so
Yeah.
who knows? But I think we've talked that topic to death. Splatoon 2 amiibo, whatever. There's
Joe's not here. No one
You
cares.
kept that topic?
there's
It was for Joe. New Overwatch skins. Okay. Those are okay. The event, they added they added new rules to capture the flag, and the game mode still sucks.
Go on.
GG.
So pretty much now, instead of the game ending in a tie, now the flag spawns will just slowly move towards each other in overtime until someone scores.
Okay.
So now people can actually get boxes from that game mode. And it can be relatively quick.
Why does it so suck?
Because it's terrible.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's a game that you have all the characters were designed for one specific game mode and one specific purpose, and you put them in a new game mode, and obviously it just doesn't work.
It just wouldn't work. Okay.
And like, you know, you get stuff like they have Maze Snowball Offensive, which works because, you know, you're doing it's just a big gimmick, and it's just supposed to be fun, not competitive. You know, you get Lucio Ball, which is just Rocket League, which again, it's very structure. It was a game designed for that specific character. It wasn't just another game mode that they intend to throw every character at. That's what Capture the Flag is, just a jumbled mess of used assets. Well, anyways, that's Overwatch. Black Ops 4, no one cares. Fortnite, no one cares.
3 million people care about Fortnite, apparently.
There's over 3 million players.
Well, the Fortnite single player mode that people paid for is forgotten and left in the dust because they're like, oh shit, we can copy PUBG. Let's reuse all these assets that weren't making us any money. Screw all our paying customers.
True.
I didn't know there was a campaign in Fortnite.
Yeah, it's a zombie horde building game. It's like Minecraft, but with 1,000 more zombies.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they're just like, yeah, we can use this engine and copy PUBG, so they did it.
Apparently, it's the better game, from what I hear.
It looks so much more fun.
Yeah.
And from what I've heard, it's like actually kind of a stable game.
PUBG, it was an accident. I think that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's just a game that's always going to be in beta. They're never going to like release fully.
Because they have a dev team of like 4 people.
To be fair, it is kind of remarkable.
Intended to get million players.
It's kind of remarkable how like they didn't even. It's like not even a yes. They're the name of their game is the name of their company. Like they just. They literally made. We're planning to make like one game for the hell of it. I mean, it's a success story like no other, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And how many times is that? I mean, now they're talking about making it an esport or something, which lol, but
it almost won Game of the Year.
That
which
would
is
have been.
insane since it hadn't released at that point.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was never going to win against Breath of the Wild or Odyssey or Persona or whatever else was there.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, probably
I'm
not.
not even sure why it ended up on the ballot.
Well, I mean, Destiny 2 ended up on the ballot for, best
A
ongoing
bunch of stuff.
game, and hadn't even released new content at that point. So it was clearly money was exchanged. Like those are very heavily influenced by the dollar. I think that was very obvious.
But what about PUBG? Is that just because of the hype, or
They're loaded.
I don't think they were paying to try to get Game of the Year.
And I wouldn't say that they didn't deserve it.
Then again, I know
They
nothing
just didn't
about
deserve
these
to
4
win.
dudes. Maybe they're super greedy motherfuckers and they wanna. I don't know.
Yeah, but I agree with Mitch on that. I think it was fine being nominated, but yeah, there's like no way. If it won, then like I think there was like clear like corporate deals going on. If it won.
I do think it earned its spot on the ballot.
Nah, PUBG should have won.
PUBG should.
No.
PUBG
Forget Nintendo.
PUBG is like this unstable,
I'll be
unfinished.
honest. I don't think Breath of the Wild or Odyssey the win.
What's your game of the year for 2017?
That's a tough one. I forgot all the games that came out. Probably Hollow Knight, or I haven't played Cuphead, but yeah, I'd probably give it to Hollow Knight.
Really? Have you played Hollow Knight?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently it's a really good Metroidvania game or something.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
So I mean, Breath of the Wild and Odyssey are great, but they have problems, and well, Hollow Knight, other than being a Metroidvania, doesn't have problems.
I didn't hear that.
That's a pretty bold claim to make about a game.
Yeah.
Well, all right, let's talk about Breath of the Wild real quick. Defense scaling breaks the game. Healing items breaks the game.
Rain.
Let's see here. No enemies.
Okay, the no enemies thing is fine. That's fine. It's fine.
It gets real old real quick. The weapon durability is really obnoxious after. It's really great until it's not, and then it's the most annoying thing in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
that's I think the number one
kinda...
worst part about the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
So
and
what you're saying is
that's my quick fire off the top of my head. Odyssey, the game has no challenge whatsoever. It is made for, which is fine. But
isn't the post game hard?
No, it kind of insults your intelligence, but at the same time rewards a lot. It is a great game, while at the same time a terrible game. It is certainly better than it is bad, but
I mean, you can make it harder on yourself, though.
In terms of best game to come out that year, no way. In terms of is it a great game, of course.
Didn't Miyamoto say like they're like tired of making hard Mario games? Like they just want to make Mario.
He didn't
games.
say hard. He said like non-look games like 64 where you have to actually look around.
That.
Well, I mean, like you turn the corner and there are 4 moons to reward you for turning the corner. I think.
I heard about that too. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much how it is if you look at the Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild. It's finding a moon is the equivalent of finding one of those. You just kind of stumbled on it. You didn't really do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But like the world is cool and stuff, right?
Yeah. I'm not saying this to say it's a bad game. I'm saying this to say it's not the best game, because it is a very good game.
Once again, sounds like PUBG got.
What if, Larone, you picked Persona 5 for your game of the year?
When did I do that?
You were like, I already played game of the year, and it was Persona 5.
That was me talking in the group chat. That doesn't mean anything. That's the only game that listeners play.
Have you even played PUBG?
Nope. I don't play. Well, it's out now, but I don't touch early access. If I was a big streamer, I would have broken my own rule and played it, but I'm not. So. I don't play early access.
Plug the stream real quick.
Plug the stream. Yeah, I mean, Persona 5 I've heard is pretty dang good.
I never played it.
I want to play it.
I have listened to the
It's decent.
soundtrack,
I have to.
and the Persona 3 soundtrack is better though. So really, Persona 3 should be Game of the Year of 2017.
Nah, I give
Three
it.
is still the
I take the
best.
donkey approach. Give it to Super Mario Bros. 2.
All right.
Super Mario Bros. 2 always wins.
With that, speaking of legendary games, Shadow of the Colossus for the PS4 came out.
We're just gonna skip the loot boxes topic.
Oh, I actually didn't mean to do that. I for some odd reason put my cursor on the next. All right, loot boxes, Mitch.
Okay, so Hawaii recently moved to pass a bill, so it's not in effect yet. But so essentially, it's a bunch of bills that do two important things. First, that if a game sells loot boxes, it can't be sold to anyone under the age of 21. And if a game sells anything, I believe any microtransactions of any form, it must be labeled on the box.
I
That
wonder
seems.
how that
I don't
works
know about the
for
whole-
like online sales.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an
That's a good
interesting
question.
system.
Like
'Cause, you
Sony
know,
will just have to like ask for a birth date, I guess, but that's not gonna stop anyone.
Well, the goal behind those is to stop kids from being exploited by these kind of, these exploitative tactics, and
Right. To
doing
make it
anything
to have to
help with that.
clearly label it as this is gambling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I mean, yeah, I think it is a step in the right direction for sure.
Definitely.
Any age requirement like that is just for legality.
See, I'm not sure
Someone-
why the age isn't 18. I don't know why it's 21.
21.
You can gamble when you're 18. You just
No, that's not
Isn't
true.
it like in
That's-
some states is gambling not allowed
Yeah,
when
it
until you're
depends.
21?
It depends. For
maybe it's
18-year-olds
different
can
in
do
Hawaii.
certain types of gambling, but like casino type gambling and stuff is
But, I mean,
21 and up.
you can buy a lottery ticket at a gas station, right?
Right, that the lottery,
Is that considered-
horse races, and a few other things are protected that 18-year-olds
Okay.
can participate in, but most of
Yeah.
it's 21. Most gambling is 21.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and loot boxes, I guess, they've classified it as some type of one of the types of gambling that is. I mean, it probably falls into the same thing as video poker type gambling and stuff, which is all 21 and up.
But it's not though.
Loot boxes are gambling.
It's gambling.
It's literally not.
It's by definition, it is not gambling, but in my opinion, it is close enough that it needs similar restrictions and similar
I mean, I can
regulations.
understand why you don't want to stop kids.
I mean, yeah, why shouldn't it be classified under the same thing as like it's like I don't know, it almost feels similar to sweepstakes in a way, but like not. I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that thought, but
The difference is you don't lose. You just don't get what you want.
Yeah, so it's
there
like
are
a-
sweepstakes where you don't lose.
Well, there, then it's like that. Sort of.
See, the problem is you compare it to something like Pokemon cards or whatever, where you open something up, you don't get what you want. Is that you can those things still have value, wherein say Overwatch, that skin you're never going to use has no value.
Yeah, it actually has nothing.
Yeah, and that's not to say that it's gambling. That's to say that there's a distinct difference.
A
between
lot of the
useful and
games
visible
try
products.
to skirt around that by saying no, it's not worthless. You can like disenchant it and turn it into gems that you can use to buy more loot boxes.
You can't even
Like
do that in
Wii.
Overwatch. You have to get it a second time.
I just think it's interesting that you can actually hide the rates.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They have to
Yeah.
with the bill. They have to make those public.
Yeah, that I think is one of the most important pieces of it.
Yeah.
Making it
That
public.
should be required.
Yeah.
It's insane in the first place that they change the rates for different territories.
Different
Like-
territories, maybe even different people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, they can do whatever they want. They could literally just like choose to just never give you anything good. There's no law protecting.
And the sad part about it is that people buy it because there's the incentive of wanting to get the thing that you want.
Yeah.
And like, I'm fine with microtransactions, but
a
loot
certain
boxes
degree.
are nothing but they're just predatory. Like if there was a store in Overwatch where you can go in, you could pay $3 and buy that cool looking Widow skin. That would be great, but that doesn't make them as much money because you're not buying $20 of loot boxes to get stuff you don't want.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think the way League does it is like with the skins is fine.
I don't know how League does it, but I hear it's very fair.
Yeah, you just
And-
go to a store and buy like.
And from my experience, Warframe is very fair because it's a similar thing. There's no loot boxes. You just put down money for what you want.
There are like I think there are crates where you
Now, I will say loot boxes as an in-game reward can be good so long as you're not paying real money.
Yeah, that's fine. And League does that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So you
Like
can buy those, but no one does.
the characters, yeah.
You can you can buy just
like-
crates and keys if for some reason if
Yeah.
you wanted to, but no one does that. It's like just an
Yeah,
option
you just been in
buried deep in the store that they don't advertise and no one does it.
Yeah.
It's like if you look at a game like a fighting game like Fighter Z or Injustice, those both have loot boxes that you can only buy with in-game currency, and I think that's a good way to unlock the cosmetics because you're literally doing the same thing over and over. There's no
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
there's
that's
no
fine.
extended challenge to go do or something that's to unlock that one very specific gear. It's now you just play the game online and eventually you'll get everything.
Yeah.
In-game currency is whatever.
Yeah, in-game
Yeah.
currency is fine.
The problem is that when you have to pay for the loot box, then they make it harder to get in normally. Like in Overwatch, it takes almost 2 hours to get one, which is kind of ridiculous. And I don't know, which probably take half an hour to an hour.
Like Battlefront, where you have to like play the game for a week to unlock.
Battlefront, you have to play the game for as long as most games live. Well, longer than most games have to wear out their welcome to get one item, and you don't even
Yeah.
get other items while getting that item.
That was more like a mobile game anyway.
Yeah, they just wanted you to have to grind that game endlessly to progress.
And
For
then
a sense of pride and
they
accomplishment, of
reduced-
course.
they reduced the cost of the items after people complained, but then reduced the rewards you get, so it was the same thing. They thought they could fool everyone with that.
And I think they did that game sell well?
No,
So they basically said
No.
they think everyone's stupid.
Or did it actually sell poorly?
to my knowledge, it did not sell well, or it sold enough, but it did not. It wasn't a mega hit
1, 2.
like it could have been and should have been.
Yeah, they missed their target with the
Yep.
Battlefront 2 sales.
Yes, they
We're
did.
really hoping that Disney decides to take away their exclusive right to make games, and then maybe
Yeah.
we might get some quality Star Wars games.
We
It's not
might
gonna happen.
actually get a good Star Wars.
Oof.
They're
Maybe.
gonna slowly try again next year and then the
Right,
year
like,
after
if we could get something like Coder or the original Battlefront 2 that if someone actually put effort into making, that would be great.
Force Unleashed was a good game.
Yeah, it was. Force
Yeah.
Unleashed 2 was interesting.
I never played Force Unleashed 2.
Don't. The first one's better.
Yeah, apparently Battlefront 2 sold a little less than half of EA's target.
they shot too
Good.
early. All right. Like Microsoft in
Microtransactions to return in the next few months, according to E EA.
It's not surprising.
Well, isn't that how they started with it? So pretty much what they're doing is they're letting their whales sink in, and then they're gonna harpoon them,
Yep.
and then they'll start shaving off all that blubber.
Yeah, they sold 5 million more copies of Battlefront 2016.
I don't even get how Battlefront 1, or whatever they released, I don't even get how that came into existence. It was just terrible.
And it sold much better than the current one
That's true.
so far. I mean, I'm sure Battlefront 2 will eventually outsell it, but it's still not going to sell nearly as well as it was probably would have.
Do you remember 2013 Microsoft at E3?
When they unveiled the Xbox One.
Yeah, and they were like always
Always
online.
online.
Always
Yeah,
online.
announcements, and then they got blown away.
Oh,
That's
There
this.
were some people defending Microsoft
Yeah.
for that. Yeah.
And then I'm sure, like,
How?
and maybe in like 2020 they're gonna try again. There's way more people defending it, and then that's what I'm saying. They did it too early. People aren't dumb enough yet.
That led to the
Sheep
greatest
haven't come to
Sony presentation of all time.
Yeah.
Sony must
Well-
have been so happy they got to go second on that one.
They're
Was
like,
that
"Oh, shit,
2013 when they?
change it,
Yeah.
change it.
Yeah, Sony's just like, hey, we're launching our new thing, our PS4, but guess what? It doesn't have always online.
The used games video was the best.
Yeah. Here's how you shared games on the PS4, and the dude passed the game to the other guy.
But yeah, just like them, EA did this a little too early. We're not that dumb. Maybe in a few years it might
We're
work.
getting there. I mean,
You gotta,
why would
but
they?
how do you
why would they
slowly
think-
move towards always online? Like, I get how you slowly introduce
Well, you
microtransactions
do
and
it
loot
you
crates
do
and
it the
stuff.
same way Steam did.
How did you're
'Cause
right?
Steam is always online unless you what the fuck is going on here?
But like digital
Sorry,
game, but that's like a
just-
digital game though. Also, wait, no, you
Yeah.
can go into offline mode on Steam though, and your game still works.
Yeah, but you can't play games that aren't fully updated.
Well, Microsoft just did everything wrong. Like they thought the Kinect would be a centerpiece. Why would I want to have to every time I walk by my Xbox, it might turn on because it sees me? That's just creepy.
I mean, that's
Does
the
the
real
Xbox
future.
One even? Oh yeah, they're selling Xbox Ones without Kinects, right? Like the Kinect's just gone, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
flopped.
They said that the Xbox One was impossible to run without a Kinect. The Kinect was built into it, that they were inseparable. And then
I remember that.
And a week later, they started selling base Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
They
did
just
not
had
go
way
well.
too many 2020 ideas. In
Oh,
release in
and then
2013.
they told Angry Joe they couldn't go back on these changes. It wasn't as easy as flipping a switch, and then a week later they flipped the switch.
That's awesome.
I don't think Phil Spencer will try and gut the consumer like that, though. Hopefully.
I mean, that was clearly the suits and ties making the decision,
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
not the people making the games or the console. It was the people who said we're losing money. We need to make more money. Let's let's take our wallet and open it up.
Yeah, poor Microsoft.
they unveiled all this stuff and then Sony immediately destroyed them.
Well,
So they had to do something.
all Sony really did was do nothing, and then there's like, see, we're not screwing the consumer.
Yeah, so they had to do something.
So now, and then Sony spent the next 4 years, doing nothing and not improving their service at all, and not responding to user feedback and not adding anything people wanted.
They didn't
just
need
kind
to.
of
There were
they
high
just kind of
expectations
ignored the
going in, and
consumer.
they cleared that
They
became
bar.
the clock.
They became the commons. They're like, we have no need to customers. Why would we?
Maybe that's why they haven't had competition since.
Yeah, that's
PS3.
I remember an article.
So why bother trying?
that's why the console war is good for the consumer.
Yeah.
Just
I
as
remember
long
an
as-
article. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Okay, I remember an article from the head of Sony, Yoshida. Like this was a while ago, and he was talking about how he didn't know why the PS4 was selling so well because like there's no, I mean there were no like clear like hard hitting games on the PS4 for
Yeah, those games had no launch title,
yeah, it was just Infamous 2 and
which wasn't even good.
yeah,
They had Killzone Shadowfall, which
and
is
Killzone. That's it.
legitimately a bad game.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
And, like they didn't
Yeah.
have it. They didn't have a good game until at least they didn't have a good exclusive game that you couldn't get on PC until Bloodborne, and then
Yeah.
that was it until Uncharted 4.
Yep.
So, yeah. Also, Microsoft, they don't need more money. They have plenty of money.
Microsoft
the
just kind
PC
of
market.
bowed out of the console market.
They're
There's like, yeah, whatever.
they're
And then they made a bunch of promises they knew Sony wouldn't keep. It's like, oh yeah, we'll do cross-platform with Sony. Sony's like, nah.
their profits are like insane. Compared to Sony, they're like completely slaying. So they don't. They
Yeah,
don't
the
need it.
PS4 is like really outselling the Xbox One.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Microsoft still makes way more money. So I assume. I don't know. I don't know what Sony's profits are, but Microsoft's profits in 2017 are 21 billion, which is pretty crazy.
What about the Xbox division though?
I don't know. Probably not as good as PlayStation. Probably. Well, that's not important.
Yeah, the PS4 has like a 65 million install base, while the Xbox One only has 30 million.
That's still not
That's
terrible.
crazy. Yeah.
Well, they get like no sales in Japan.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Microsoft, yeah. Japan's all.
Still, the 360 and the PS3 wars weren't that bad. Weren't this bad. In terms of like.
That's because the 360 and PS3 both started out by shooting themselves in the foot. So they were on equal footing, and then the next generation, Sony was like, "Let's not do that," and Microsoft was like, "But it's a trend, it's tradition."
Sony's smartest decision with the PS3 was to make it a Blu-ray player, and then make Blu-ray players really too expensive to buy.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people who went with the PS3 because it was also a Blu-ray player. And
the PS2 was also a DVD player. Unless it took that into consideration.
Yeah.
PS2 also had the largest game library of any system, pretty much.
Yeah.
PS2 is the GOAT.
Yeah. It's the best-selling console of all time. All right. But speaking of PS2, Shadow of the Colossus on the PS4.
Haven't played it. Never played it. Looks good. I'll get it eventually.
Same.
I'll play the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus remake on PS3 eventually, so I can have a better opinion of the game.
All right. Moving on. This kind of we'll just go right by this one. Activision and Blizzard made $4 billion from microtransactions, a sign of the end.
Yeah.
Like Laurent was saying, it's just a matter of time.
Yep.
Gaming is dead.
That's really sad.
Yeah. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition trailer. Same one.
Supposedly a bad game.
Okay. What I will say about Street Fighter V is that Capcom seems to like it. The Street Fighter V is picking back up because it was terrible at launch, but now like they're starting to like roll out new characters and improve the gameplay. From what I've heard, from Street Fighter V. And yeah, the Blanca trailer and it's kind of proof of that.
If you say so, man.
That's good to hear.
Not strictly gaming related, but Meg Turney and Gavin Free. Their house was broken into by a gunman whose goal was to kill Gavin. He did not succeed. Meg Turney and Gavin Free, you might know more. They're both from Rooster Teeth. Gavin Free is also one of the two hosts of the Slow Mo Guys.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Meg Turney's also a model, and she like used to have an anime show or something back in the day.
Yeah.
Huh. Wait, why would someone want to kill them?
He wanted to kill
he's
Gavin because he's a big fan of Megan Turney, and he thought Gavin should, and quote, I want Gavin Free to die alone with no children.
Yeah.
That is from the guy who broke in. They hid in the Meg and Gavin hid in the closet and were able to call the police, and the police got there and ended up shooting him dead. So
interesting.
Yeah, that's
it's a
crazy
really
little
scary situation.
Yeah. Having somebody break into your house with the intent to kill you.
Not to mention, he drove from New Mexico to Austin, Texas. That's a 11-hour drive just to do that.
What? How do you piss someone off that much? What could you have possibly done?
I think he was just insane.
Yeah,
that's probably it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a delusion.
Yep. He was
probably one of those nice guys like Jake.
Please don't lump me in with this man. Even as a joke, it's not.
Oh.
It's just nah.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh.
please, how would I ever even fit into that mantra?
Well, you could have been like, that guy was hosting a podcast when I left my headphones in, and I left them on the table when the podcast going, and it was keeping me up all night, and I gotta kill him. True story.
That is such an obscure story reference that nobody would understand it.
I think it was pretty clear. You left the podcast going on your headphones, and I couldn't hear them, but you were bitching for over an hour about how someone was talking, and you couldn't sleep because of it. And I'm just like, there's no one talking. I don't know what you're talking about. Turns out your headphones were making noise, and your super sensitive bad ears were picking it up. Yes, I'm still salty. And I
Isn't
think
that
it's
like-
hilarious.
Wasn't that like 2 or 3 years ago?
Yeah, it was
roughly
like
2.
yeah, it was 3 years ago. I don't know why Mitch is still on about that, but all right.
Because you wouldn't let me have a fan.
Because I have bad ears. Okay.
And I
True
still
story.
think you sabotaged my fan.
True story. I used to sleep with my phone like under my pillow, but I had to stop doing it because I started realizing I could hear like my phone charging, and like it's once I started noticing it, it was
That
bothersome.
doesn't make sound.
It does make sound.
What kind of sound were you hearing? What?
It's you can hear the capacitors. So like capacitors make a noise. Okay, some you can hear better than others.
They do make noise, but it's kind of inaudible unless you have really
How?
sensitive hearing.
How do you? How?
Okay, you actually can, like, if you sitting in a quiet room, even people who don't have super good hearing, if you sit in a quiet room and you like put your phone right up against your ear while it's doing some kind of activity or charging or something, you totally can hear it. Like if you know that,
I
if you
know
know
it
to
makes
listen for it.
that screeching sound that the one only young people can hear.
Yeah, I mean it's very high pitched in general.
Maybe I'm
And
just old.
it's so I don't know. Some people can hear it better than
Guys,
others.
what's our next topic?
Yeah,
Cosplay
it's-
thoughts. Be gone.
That is not a topic.
What's the next topic?
If
We're not
Mary was
doing
here,
the
it would
next
be a topic.
topic.
Oh, cosplay thoughts.
I feel like Mary would have a lot to say about that. She's a very
Yeah, this
strong
is more of a
opinion
Mary and
about that thing.
Mauricio topic, but neither of them are here this week, so
We need a debate week or something where we just could put Mary and Nick in the same chat and just watch what happens.
no, we shouldn't do that.
Can we
All
not?
right. Butch Hartman leaves Nickelodeon. For those who don't know, Butch Hartman is known for a couple of shows like Fairly Odd Parents and others. I don't know what other ones.
Danny Phantom.
Danny Phantom.
Hey, did you make a show about dogs?
Yeah, I forgot
Yeah.
the title of that. That's fairly
don't-
recent.
I don't think anyone likes that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, the two good ones he made, Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents, which Fairly Odd Parents is apparently still going, and they keep adding and removing characters that are terrible.
It's still
I
going?
stopped watching Fairly Odd Parents.
Yep.
For,
Yeah, I haven't watched Fairly Odd Parents in half a decade, so
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
actually probably longer than that.
Yeah.
Ever since that crazy special, I don't see why I even bother anymore.
Which crazy special?
The
The
one with,
one where it's been like 50 years and he stopped, and they revealed he like stopped time or something.
I actually
Oh
saw that
yeah,
one
I heard about that.
recently just to check
I
it
thought
out.
you were talking about the one where the
it's
Cosmo got
Drake
pregnant
Bell.
and
Yeah, poof.
The
Yeah,
live,
that
what
was
about
sort of the
live
beginning
action
of
with
the
Drake
end in
Bell,
my
or the
mind.
Christmas one with Drake Bell.
We don't talk about those.
Those are
Oh,
quality.
I'm
No,
sick
those
of
are
talking about
good.
those.
I hear those actually aren't half bad.
Yeah, those are
Really?
fine.
Yeah. Because I know that they actually got his dad's voice actor to play his dad.
Hmm.
Anything with Drake Bell in it is fine.
One day I'll watch those and I'll realize why I haven't watched them yet.
And
Is
yeah,
that our last topic?
yeah, that's our last topic. We didn't really have a good closer.
Yeah, that's pretty much our last topic.
So, any final thoughts? Tips for
KH3's
the
coming out
None
this year.
that are esports.
Ariel's a summon. Monsters Inc. looks
Uh,
amazing.
One Piece, the current One Piece arc, it will almost end assuredly before May. Hopefully.
Dude, Wano has to happen this year. Like they can't delay it.
They confirmed it was last year, and here we are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they can't delay it any further.
But there's another arc in between the current one in Wano.
Yeah.
That was also supposed to happen last year.
Yeah, how are they gonna fit Reverie in this too? Like I don't. Some people are saying Reverie might be a cover story, and if it is, then like I'll be upset.
I don't think so. I think he's. I think the author is going to take his sweet ass time, and I am perfectly fine with that. As long as we don't get like what's happening in the current arc, where they just keep repeating the same plot point, just so time can pass, and Luffy can
I was
slowly but
having
surely
fatigue.
fight his opponent, who he is about to beat, finally.
Then it got interesting again, so I stopped having that. So yeah. I'm good now.
It went on this cycle of a 3-chapter cycle. Chapter 1 is, oh my god, why won't this end? Chapter 2 is, holy shit, it's not over yet. Shit, that was so hyped, this can go on forever.
Yeah.
Rinse and repeat.
So much for esports.
One Piece is great. You guys should read it.
They're just making it hard for the anime, though.
The anime is in I know they're in Whole Cake. Katakuri just got.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, this isn't the One Piece show, so we can talk about this after the stream.
We should start a One Piece cast.
We should.
How could you even?
We could go.
There's so much to talk about in One Piece.
Every week. Every week we could do like a 3 or 4 episode discussion.
Yeah.
We could go for literally ever.
All right, I have got a quick little thing. This is totally unrelated to anything we ever talk about on this podcast. But
no, I don't want to talk about personal finance.
It's not about personal finance. It's kind of this is almost a throwback to our old radio show, the What Tilted Me This Week.
Okay.
And it's like super commonly perpetrated myths about electricity. I don't know why this has been bugging me so much.
Wait, you're gonna rap Julian again?
Oh yeah, let's rap.
That's what I'm hearing.
Let's rap battle, Julian.
That was Joe, wasn't it?
That was Joe.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, you're gonna have a rap battle with Julian?
Yeah, Julian, I challenge you. Hereby challenge you.
I refuse. There's
to a rap battle.
Quick, run.
No. I mean, I could leave the Discord right now.
Don't.
Or do.
That'll just prove all I need to prove.
All right. Anyway,
yeah, Jake, you win.
Well, what's your news, Jake?
All right, so there's been this phone case that's been going around lately on news and all sorts of stuff. It's a phone case that is also a taser, right?
Okay.
And the taser, it's about a 1 centimeter across taser. It's pretty neat, neat little thing. But it claims right on the packaging, the website, the manual, that it's a 7 million volt taser, which is obviously
Excuse me.
Complete nonsense.
7 million?
I wish we could get voltage that high. Then let me tell you, CERT wouldn't be having nearly as many problems.
Wouldn't that defeat the purpose of the taser? Wouldn't that just kill the person who?
No. All right. Here's the thing. That's not even possible. Like the way that's not how electricity works. Like once electricity can cross that gap, like you got your 2 metal prongs, then the charge builds up, and then eventually it builds up enough voltage to short the pins together with an arc, and then the voltage instantly drops to 0. So it could never exceed whatever voltage it requires to jump that gap, which in the case of this taser is about 25,000 volts, which is obviously nowhere near 7 million volts.
Mm-hmm.
And it's far from the only type of thing that does this. Like I saw a video, he went through and on Amazon and stuff, there's a taser that claims that can provide 980 million volts, which is...
Was there like a headset that claimed they could do 21,000 decibels or something?
No, it was 400 decibels. It was a smartwatch. That was awesome.
I've already bought 2 and begun making my demands
to the UN. Yeah, for those who don't know, 400 decibels. If a speaker was capable of outputting 400 decibels, that would be greater. That would be significantly louder than the loudest sound ever. And to give you an idea, Krakatoa is the loudest sound that ever happened, most likely. Krakatoa was 320 decibels approximately. Krakatoa is on the Japanese island Krakatoa, right?
Krakatoa!
Well, when Krakatoa erupted, you could hear it as if somebody was screaming in your ear from Australia. So 320 decibels is pretty loud. Anyone anywhere near the volcano was dead instantly from the blast wave. And it was able to crack concrete over 150 miles away. It was an extremely powerful, loud noise. Now, 400 decibels, if a smartwatch on Earth made 400 decibels sound, it's possible that there would be earthquakes on the moon, and that would also be like 100 million times the world's nuclear
how can
arsenal
there be
going off all at once.
How can there be an earthquake on the moon? Wouldn't it be a moonquake then?
But it's
Does the moon have tectonic plates?
No, it's not seismically active, so it can't have tectonic plates. So I guess it would just vibrate and crack, I guess. Also, of course, that wouldn't actually happen because nothing could propagate the force to the moon. But if the Earth and the moon's atmospheres were connected, well, the moon doesn't have much of an atmosphere, but you get the point. The idea is the distance would far exceed the Earth if it could. And yeah, 400 decibels would end the world completely. It'd be way more devastating than the asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs. It'd be like another planet crashing into us. But anyway, yeah, 7 million volts, it's BS. And then the only other thing that goes along with that is, oh, it's not the voltage that kills you, it's the amps. That's actually the worst. That's the one that actually triggers me. Is that like people say that and they think that it's true. Even though I mean, Mitch, I'm sure as a physicist, you agree that phrase is utter nonsense.
I mean, it's all the same thing.
Right. That's it.
Just about.
They are they're a direct relation.
Yeah.
Voltage equals current times resistance, or current equals voltage divided by resistance.
E equals IR. It's Ohm's law. If
you have 50,000 volts going across your body, you have a set number of amps going across your body. Plain and simple. If like people are like, oh no, this thing is 50,000 volts, but it won't kill you because the amps are low. No, it just means that the moment you touch it, you're a big power sink, so the voltage drops significantly because the supply can't supply the amperage required.
Also, humans have a lot of resistance.
Yeah, a lot. Though not so much to alternating current. Be careful around power outlets, kids. Because we basically act as giant capacitors.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, if
power outlets are wild.
You also run into this problem where if you're standing next to a tree and there's a thunderbolt, the thunderbolt will take the path of least resistance, which unfortunately is not the tree.
Yeah, it's you.
Yep, it's you. Also, lightning
power outlet almost killed me once.
What happened?
Surprised.
What's the story?
Oh my god, that reminds me of this one time.
Yeah.
Adam in class tried to tell us that if you stuck a fork in a power outlet, it wouldn't hurt you because the current would run through the fork and right back into the outlet. And it wouldn't actually go through you.
That's not true.
Now, there's some truth to that.
At that point, it's a parallel circuit, though.
I think my DS charger was bent or something, so I tried to push it in, and I got wrecked.
Whew. Yeah, American power plugs are super dangerous with these with the exposed prongs. It's actually kind of insane, especially for little kids whose fingers are actually small enough to fit in between the half stuck out plug and the like.
I've never tried to stick my finger in a power outlet.
Okay, I didn't put in the plug. I just touched the charger.
No, I don't mean in the plug. I mean like a little kid grabs a charger, right, and goes to plug it in, but their finger is in between the prongs, right? But their finger is small enough where the plug will go far enough in to make contact, while their finger
that'd
is
be
sitting
worse.
there.
Then you're trapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually hurts people a lot. It's a really common type of injury.
The second I touched it, I blew back.
Yeah. You can get wrecked.
I think the worst shock I got was I was trying to pull one out of a power strip, and my finger was too low and it touched the metal on the way out. It's like, fuck, and then I was done. Wasn't too bad.
For me, it was with a light bulb that I was taking out of a socket that was live.
You dumbass.
I didn't think the socket was live.
And then
learned my lesson hard on that one.
We know a guy who jumped on a transformer.
Yeah.
Turned out well.
He did live, but half his body kind of melted and he lost a hand. So don't screw with.
He has continual heart problems.
Yeah.
Don't screw with transformers.
Yeah, that's extremely high voltage at alternating current.
Now those amps will kill you.
Well, yeah, that can supply all the amps it needs. That's 200,000 volts, and it absolutely can maintain that 200,000 volts across your body. No problem. No problem at all.
But that's saying it. An equivalent statement to that saying of it's not the volts that kill you, it's the amp. It's like saying if a very heavy but slow-moving car pushes you, that won't hurt you.
Right.
Only fast-moving car is going to hurt you.
This bullet won't kill you if it moves slowly. If it comes out of the gun really slow. It's
like slow-moving objects can't do damage to you, even if there is a lot of pressure.
Right.
You can't be crushed by a car that falls off a foot from the air.
Right. You cannot. It's impossible to have like a 1 volt and 10 amps across your body. It's actually impossible.
Where did you even see that? Like that taser?
The taser?
It's on Amazon, right?
Oh, on Amazon? Okay.
Yeah, it's also shown up on a few news stories lately.
Are we still alive?
Yeah, we are still alive.
Yeah, we're still alive.
Yeah, that was just sort of my last little shtick at the end.
Okay.
That just kills me. I don't know. Especially the volts and the amps thing, because there's has to be at least a handful of people who have died because they thought that was true. Like,
well,
I mean,
the internet likes to throw out the natural selection argument, so let's go with that.
Yeah, but when common knowledge tells you otherwise.
Natural selection.
Like, there are science teachers who say that phrase.
Science teachers say, I read a story on Reddit today about this I don't know, some 6th grader who the teacher told them Jupiter was the largest planet in the solar, or it was the largest object in the solar system, i.e. bigger than the sun, because of a picture in the book, and she didn't read the fine print that said the sun was scaled down so it would fit. So she told all of her students that Jupiter was larger than the sun, and refused to listen to this kid when he showed her a college textbook that had it to scale.
How are you that disconnected from
So you know how that story ended? They went to a planetarium. It's like a school field trip, and the one kid asked someone who worked there if the sun was bigger than Jupiter, and he's like, "Of course."
Not just a little bit bigger.
And then another kid. This is all the teachers right there. Another kid asked, "But there was a picture in our book that showed otherwise." Like, oh, well, typically in those, the sun is scaled down so it fits on the page. Your teacher should have told you that.
That's beautiful.
That was
Public education scary.
Yeah. There's, I don't know, misconceptions like that just kill me. Especially when they're just repeated, oh, this Van de Graaff generator doesn't kill me, even though it's 20,000 volts. The amps are low. No, that's not why. It's because the moment you touch it, the voltage drops to 10. The voltage absolutely plummets because turns out you are not only much bigger than the globe on the Van de Graaff generator, you are also much more resistant. I don't know. I'm done. Anyway. It's been a good show, everyone. Follow the stream.
We could have a
yeah, wait.
Yeah. We got to do our plug.
Follow the stream. Daily stream.
Who are our sponsors this time?
Our sponsor this week
add more topics,
is
Twitch.tv.
Twitch is your one-stop shop for seeing all your video game and titty streams.
Titty stream?
Oh, not
Oh,
anymore.
Esports anymore. Okay.
Not anymore.
not,
TOS.
yo, they gave me this. They gave me this. These talking points like a month ago. So I don't know if things have changed or not, but
They should have known by then that they were about to unveil a new TOS.
anyway, follow the
I'm gonna see
stream,
if I can find this thing.
and
Google.
we'll
It's
go
a
ahead and play
great
you out with some Dolphin Shoals from Mario Kart 8.
Oh, that's a really good song.
It is a really good song. And peace, everyone.
I'm so good.
Follower counts.